Sonny Hosten also has been covering this in the courtroom as well. Sonny, what did you witness?
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to speak to Leland Brunson's father, some of the other family members, also Lucy McBath, and I can tell you that they were absolutely devastated by this verdict. When Lucy McBath, Jordan Davis's mother, was walking out of the courtroom, her knees buckled and her family members had to hold her. And I've got to tell you, Don, as a mother of a black boy, I am devastated about what this verdict says. You just heard a car drive by. They're doing a loop and they're yelling, "Not guilty." It is unbelievable that the value of a black boy's life just doesn't seem to exist when a situation like this occurs. I am just as devastated for these families as anyone. Leland Brunson's father made it very clear that while they were pleased with a guilty verdict as to the attempted murder of his son, they were here for the Davis family because they lost their son. They were here for justice for Jordan Davis. And again, just like the Zimmerman case, justice took the day off. There is no justice for Jordan Davis's family. And think about it, even if they retry this case again, this family has to go through this over and over and over again. And when I take my legal, and I understand that when I have my lawyer hat on, when I take my lawyer hat off, Don, and I put my mommy hat on, I cannot believe that this has happened again. It has happened again, and will it happen again and again and again? I am flabbergasted by this result. And it is about race. And it is about race. And no one wants to talk about it, and we should be talking about it. Because if this were a group of white kids in that car listening to the Beach Boys or even listening to rap, we wouldn't be here talking about it. We're talking about Michael Dunn's perceived threat, this mythical shotgun, because he saw 4 black kids. It's about the perception of this inherent criminality of the black teen. And we should all be sick and tired of that.
How do you know that things would be different if it was a group of white kids?
Because I live in this world, right? Because I live in this world as a person of color. I think it's very clear that code was used throughout this trial. Thug music, rap, crap. That was very, very clear when Michael Dunn was on the witness stand. Perhaps the jury didn't have the entire picture. I mean, there have been jailhouse phone calls. There were letters that he wrote in which there were strong racial overtones. There is no question in my mind that the issue of race was front and center in this trial. I think it's sort of intellectually dishonest to say, and I don't want to call Ashley
Hey, Sonny,
out, but
Sonny, I got to go. The
that,
Davis family is giving a press conference. They're speaking. I'll get back to you. Here they are. Let's go. Jordan Davis family about to speak. Listen in.
It's been a long, long road. And we're so very happy to have just a little bit of closure. It's sad for Mr. Dunn that he will live the rest of his life in that sense of torment. And I will pray for him. And I've asked my family to pray for him. But we are so grateful for the charges that have been brought against him. We are so grateful for the truth. We are so grateful that the jurors were able to understand the common sense of it all. And we will continue to stand, and we will continue to wait for justice for Jordan.
It's not in my nature, actually, to not lash out and to not say inflammatory statements or whatever. And I had to hold all that in because I think Jordan, my son, and Lucy's son deserve the best representation that he could have gotten as parents. And I thank you all for seeing that we as parents were good parents to Jordan, and that he was a good kid. It wasn't allowed to be said in the courtroom that he was a good kid, but we'll say it, he was a good kid. There's a lot of good kids out there, a lot of good nephews, a lot of good grandsons, granddaughters, nieces, and they should have a voice, that they shouldn't live in fear and walk around the streets worrying about if someone has a problem with somebody else, that if they get shot, it's just collateral damage. There's no such thing to parents that their child suffered collateral damage. We as all human beings, we love our children, we love our families, and we don't accept a law that would allow collateral damage to our family members. We raise them not to fear each other, we raise them to be good citizens in America, and we expect the law to be behind us and protect us. And that's what I wanted the law to do, is protect Jordan as we protected Jordan.